All right, good evening. Welcome to the Sprint 1 report slash review of this second semester. Let's get right into the agenda, shall we? All right, the agenda, kind of like a what you missed from last semester, since this is the second semester of the full year project. So I'm going to go through kind of like big picture ideas so then we are on the same page of what I kind of want to build, my thoughts of building it, work I have accomplished in the past in juxtaposition to what I've created today or for this sprint. We're going to review that as well as look at the JIRA chart or the JIRA report and look at the tasks that I actually completed. I'm going to show a little bit of the code in the actual commits itself as per what we discussed in class, that the contributions that I'll be making for the front end, I'm definitely going to present to you or show you a kind of code review of sorts of my actual commits and work, so then when you could actually grade this, you could see when and who did what. And then I'm going to show you a demo of the website as a whole briefly, what my partner has done, but then primarily the front end things I'm going to do, and then what's next, kind of show you inside the demo plans for the future to clean things up, as well as look at the JIRA for what's coming ahead. All right, so what you missed. So this is the big picture design. Let me pull that up at actual draw.io here for a better representation of the actual thing here. So this is what I think the app architecture is going to be as a whole. As you know, I am the back-end person that is designing these systems. So I'm the one that's kind of in charge of the overall architecture for the site itself. So as you can see here, we have our front end and we have our database here, and it's going to be within the cloud. My apologies, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm going to be coughing a little bit from time to time. So this is the architecture of the entire thing. The AI portion, or the people who are working on the AI here, are making it on their cloud machine. I really don't know how it's being built. I just know it's on some cloud service that they're able to borrow computers through the cloud to be able to train things and to build things quite faster, because we don't have the hardware ourselves. So they're going to be doing that, and I'm going to be taking the API keys for that to then put it into the front end from the outputs. So as you can see, like user info and media for the AI is going to be put into the database, and then that media is going to be put into the cloud. It's going to be used for cloud operations for the AI to do the deepfake stuff, and it's going to be spit back out to the front end. There will be a donations tab, because I just feel like if this thing takes off, it's not going to be sustainable for us to hold that much data, especially in Google Cloud Services with the amount of credits that I have allotted to me as a student. So just donations going to be there, and it's going to be handled by like a Shopify type thing. I think Shopify is quite easy as like a service to implement a payment service. Plus, it's out of my realms of capability to make a banking type of scenario, and I'm sure people aren't going to trust me to make my own, and I just think for simplicity's sake, I'm going to use a Shopify type of thing to handle donations, and that's going to be put into the database. Yeah, it's going to be overall, it's going to be the website itself to be accessed on the World Wide Web. It's going to be all built in Google Cloud Services. The front end is going to be ported there. The back end is going to be a mixture of buckets for hard data like media, or for user info, and then different things for loose data like the media files to be transitioned, so on and so forth. And I just put a logo here to host and publish a visible site. I'm using Google Cloud because of familiarity and scalability, because from the web app class, from the mobile design class to the Google Cloud like app class that I'm taking right now, they're all been centered around like Firestore and Google's cloud storage. So I just think that I have a bit of comfortability, but this is kind of the backend design as a whole. So let's move on here. This is the JIRA reports. Funny enough, that is our next thing. Sprint retrospective. So here is the overall community flow thing. There's a lot of to-dos, and there's going to be way more of that. in progress stuff. This is the stuff for Sprint 2. But this is the done task. So this is one of the reports by far. Not gonna lie, I'm not extremely proficient in Jira, but I'm trying my best. The best thing for here is to show the done tasks that these are the things that are all in Sprint 1. This task 2, kind of ignore that. I didn't delete it in time. I clicked it by accident and I didn't know how to delete it, so that's just kind of here. But things that I actually completed: made the AI page with minimal style, make the donate to us minimal style, our research minimal style, and login pages with minimal style. Just want to initialize something, kind of get my thoughts onto the screen for the front end design, and then of course Sprint 2 is going to allow for the cleaning up of that. Cleaning up of that, as well as the database connection for these things, or at least a very detailed dummy data version of some of these, until the AI has actually been able to connect it to this. And let's get straight into next thing, GitHub code review. So we have, this is the commits, this is just the front end, because this is primarily what I've been working on the past 2 weeks. The back end is kind of halted. It's a bit of a bottleneck till the front end is able to be made, so that I actually have proper connections to things, rather than just me working on the back end with actual no proof of concept. So I'm showing you this today so that I actually have something to present to you. Initially, stuff was created, but decided to scrap it. Went fresh, brand new in React recently, because as I told you, not a lot of progress on the front end was made. So when I decided to step in, created the first thing, initial commit. As you see, there's a couple things. These are just like the standard ones. However, there were a lot of new changes to the app CSS to kind of get an initial style of what I came up with, not what we came up with, because I came up with this. This is the rough draft that I made for the project as a whole. You see our research page, about us page, donate to us page, kind of a cool error page with the handling thing, and then this is supposed to be there it goes. Supposed to be animated here. So this is kind of the Canva design startup thing that I designed prior in the first semester, and I want to kind of, my goal with like today was to kind of just like make this at the minimum, like have these pages kind of looking like this, so then at least we have a starting point, like a foothold. So then the initial commit, set up the pages. Like, all right, we have an AI page, stuff like that, basic navigation, as you can see here, and then basic styling privy to the to what was created there. And now let's just see the final commit from everything I've done. Of course, there's only a couple commits. I should commit more. That's my fault. So here's the major thing. So app CSS, there has been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of changes to actually keep things in motion. You have the login here, so this is all the login styling. And we have this is the AI styling. AI styling more, and then we have this is more so than I didn't have clumped up for our research. So this is the research items, the donate items, and so on and so forth. This is all donation, just styling. You'll see in a moment what it looks like. Okay, major things: added the login page into the navigation. Donate page. So donate page is set by number of states, as you can see. Just different call to action, as well as just a donation selection box, and you will be able to see that. And I'm actually able to have it so that you're not able to put anything besides numbers into there. But that's accounted for in the states here, and I'll show that to you later. The login page, so then we want to log in, we won't be able to set a password, and also to navigate back to the home page. It's going to change into the future when I have the login button later. I'll show you the demo. actually present your login name, I think, and maybe your Google logo. I'll figure something out that corresponds to that. So then we have was this blank? All right, login pages. Yeah. So then has different title as a title, and then has your identification. So, okay, as placeholder, put in your email, and then put in your password, and then initialize, and then moves forward into the home page, research page. Just very, very basic HTML research page of just like, oh, we have an image here, image there, paragraph, but it's all placeholder stuff until I go back here and write what the AI folks has made. As per the research, the AI page has a couple things. Has two main states. The AI page as a whole just presents a placeholder circle as of now, because I'm going to put it with the animated logo, and then click on the button, and then once it clicks on the button, it goes to the second state that's going to show our pie chart and other data that's going to be recognized from the AI. So this state is kind of just like an idle state, as you would see, like, I don't know, ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude. You know, when you go into a new chat, it just kind of says enter chat here, and it has the thing. I'm going to remake that, but it says upload media. I'm going to have it access your folders. You upload it, send it to the AI, and once it's loading, has an animated thing, and then it's going to be presented here. But that's way into the future once I actually get that handled. Right now, it's very just plain. You click the button, it has the two states, but then these two states are going to be worked on for that in the future. So that's the contributions for this week. And now, best time of all, it's demo time. So here is the website as is right now. My partner has made this, and again, like I said, I initialized these pages and the navigation to all of these from the same thing. Oh. Oops, accidentally pressed something. Here we go. So let's go. So that's the thing I did in my first commit for making the project, and then let's go to the login page. See, ooh, looks nice. Ooh, ah, and it has already. Okay, that's personal email, but has already. If I were to spam click this, try and enter that. Says you can't do that. It has to be an actual email. So I already set that up. So let's actually put my personal email here. Let's type in, I write a password because there's no database linked up to this yet. Initialize session. It goes back to the home page. Hopefully in the future I'm able to actually change the icon here, but can't quite yet. Onto the AA page. This would be the Shield logo. Upload media here. And then it's just like the two different states. This is, again, just putting my ideas onto the paper. Going to be cleaning this up in the next sprint. Our research, again, clean it up in the next sprint. Has our research, a little, like, probably a little paragraph or a little title, and then an image that corresponds to that. This is just, I want to put our research paper in a very digestible way. In a digestible, presentable way. Kind of like you see blog posts or such and so forth. It's kind of an introduction to intrigue people with, oh, look at our studies, this is how it's made, and then an actual link to the rest of the research paper that people to get and go read about. And then finally, the donate page. Again, a little call to action here. This is just a template. Honestly, the writing here is AI generated. I didn't want to write it myself quite yet. The suggestions. But then here we have this this sort of payment options here. You do 10, 25, 50, 100. You could even go here one by one. But I don't know if you could hear this. That's me trying to put in normal letters. Doesn't work, but once I put numbers, I can put as many things as I want. Proceed to payment. We'll be done later, but this is the front end for the first week. Kind of a good place to be. Of course, more pages will be added to this, but this is a good place to be for me, so that I can actually start linking things like the login and actual having a account and being able to access media and present that. But this is the front end demo for this week. And now, what's next and our goals? I kind of just said part of the demo with these pages. I mean, this looks pretty fresh out. I would love to have accounts made by next sprint are actually linked up. I would love this to be animated. Actual, like, better dummy data than what I had put right now. More dummy data. This is honestly pretty good right now. I don't think I'm going to do the donation stuff till later on into the project, but I digress. Let's go back into Jira. I totally biffed it by closing that tab. Let's go to the Jira. So this is the board right now, as it stands. Front end pages made that I missed with Trevor, of course, cleaning up front end with Trevor. I'm going to make sure that Trevor, my partner that's also working on the front end, that he has enough tasks to work on while I'm helping him to move this faster. Connect the front end and the back end for account creation. So those are the main goals. Cleaning things up, sharpening things, making sure that he also has good enough work that I'm not taking over, but also the front end, back end, front end for account creation. Because I've already set up the back end stuff. But I kind of need to have it work, and it can't work if no one's able to use it on the actual site itself. So that's the state of what's next in these goals, and that is all. Thank you very much. I know this video is quite long. Just wanted to give a thorough input for the first week, and see you at the next sprint review. Thank you.